Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Our top story, the crashes and backups on the main north-south artery through the heart of the Suncoast, Interstate 75.
Accidents and ongoing construction can cause congestion for hours. Those accidents happen frequently. In fact, just a few hours ago, 2 cars collided at the Bee Ridge exit, sending 3 people to the hospital. That area is along an 80-mile stretch of interstate from Manatee through Sarasota County, which sees on average 4 crashes every day, according to data from April 1st of 2016 to April 1st of 2017.
But have you ever wondered if there are certain locations or times when the danger is higher? ABC 7's Kate Flexter did some digging into trends that could change the way you drive on the interstate.
Bryant LaRosa takes I-75 from his home in Ellington to his office in downtown Sarasota every day.
I'm very alert when I'm driving because I know how bad I-75 is. You have to be alert at all times.
It was that awareness that saved him from being in an accident on I-75, barely pulling out of the way of a speeding truck.
He ended up hitting the person in front of him. So that would have been me.
Florida Highway Patrol keeps track of every single accident on the interstate, detailing the time, conditions, and severity of each crash. We got access to that data and looked specifically at April of 2016 to April of 2017 on an 80-mile stretch of interstate from northern Manatee County to southern Sarasota County. Here's what we found. Every single dot you're seeing on this map represents an accident. In total, we counted nearly 1,400 crashes involving 2,500 vehicles.
You see all kinds of stuff, pile-ups, cars on fire.
People just drive too fast and bobbing and weaving through lanes, and it's just something I don't want to be around.
Of those crashes, only 14 of them involved deaths. The vast majority were just fender benders. But there are certain places and times that hitting the interstate is particularly dangerous.
The worst times to drive the interstate are no surprise. Morning and evening rush hour see the most accidents. But interestingly, just an hour can make all the difference. For example, you're more than twice as likely to get in an accident at 8 a.m. as you are at 9 a.m. The same holds true at 5 p.m. compared to 7 p.m. And the most dangerous day to take the interstate is Friday. But you might be surprised to learn about 70% of crashes happen in the daylight during clear conditions. State Trooper with Florida Highway Patrol Ken Watson explains why.
And the reason that we have more crashes when it is beautiful out is people, again, are taking their eye off the road. They don't feel that it's paramount to be paying attention.
As for who is likely to be involved in these crashes, 20 to 24-year-olds top the list. Watson says those are the drivers most likely to reach for their gadgets while behind the wheel.
This is the generation that grew up with them, so it is more difficult for them to put them down while they're operating that motor vehicle.
And there's a reason you're asked to slow down in construction zones.
With that additional eye candy on the interstate, people are taking their eyes off the road and they're looking at the construction.
We caught up with Marlena Gore of Florida's Department of Transportation at the University Parkway Diverging Diamond Project. The area saw more than 70 crashes in just a year.
We're here at University, and this is one of the places where we see a lot of accidents. Do you think it has anything to do with the construction going on here?
Well, construction can be distracting, and if you're a distracted driver, then obviously it could cause an issue. For instance, we got the roller who's running right here. He's coming to you, so it kind of may give you a sense of, oh wow, well, I need to move over a little bit, but you got to think there's somebody next to you in traffic.
While there may be a correlation between crashes and construction zones, Gore says updates to Florida's infrastructure may actually prevent accidents in the long run.
We have a ridiculous number of people moving in the state of Florida every day. It's hard to keep up, but we're doing the best we can.
And for drivers like LaRosa, the interstate is quickly becoming a place he avoids.
I have to find alternate routes, 301, 41, anything that will stop me from having to go to 75 because I know it's such a danger, really. You run into an issue every time you go through it.
That's Kate Flexter reporting. That's just a little bit of the data involved here. There's a lot more where it came from, and if you're interested in seeing how it might affect your specific commute, you can go to our website, mysuncoast.com, and just look for this story. Now, we typically see I-75 backed up almost every day on I-75, and you're looking live at traffic from the Proctor Road overpass in Sarasota. In that spot, traffic is moving smoothly tonight, but a little slowly. Just north of that area, I-75 is congested in the northbound lanes from Bee Ridge Road north to Fruitville, which is something we typically see every evening. Haley.
In Bradenton, police are investigating a fatal motorcycle accident. Police say 60-year-old Kevin Haas on 6th Avenue West on a motorcycle around 7 this morning. He collided with a pickup truck on 9th Street West. Haas was killed. Traffic was rerouted for several hours while investigators cleared that scene.
5 people are recovering from smoke inhalation after a fire broke out at Port Manatee last night. This is the second fire at the port in just 10 days. According to the North River fire officials, the sulfur fire was sparked by machinery. Chief Michael Rampino says when sulfate dust is wet, it's stable, but when the product gets dry, friction from a dump truck or any type of machinery can spark a fire. Logistic Corporation leases the property at the port where they store that sulfate. Right now, trucks are dumping water on the product every hour. After 2 fires in recent days, the company plans to do that now every half hour. They also plan to install a sprinkler system, so if another fire breaks out, it can quickly be put out.
The problem that they're having out there currently is, as you're aware, not really experiencing drought conditions, but it's very dry. The good thing about the port is it's not very populated residential-wise, and last night the wind was in our favor.
All 5 people who were hospitalized have been treated and released. Chief Rampino says the fires did not pose any health hazards for nearby residents.
New details tonight on the seaplane that crash landed into Sarasota Bay. Sarasota police say the pilot, Andrew Mitchell, is from Sarasota. He was trying to land near Hart's Landing yesterday afternoon, but the plane landed with the wheels still down. When the plane hit the water, it flipped. Mitchell was able to get out of the plane and was not hurt. The NTSB is investigating and the FAA has been notified.
Felt a little bit like summer today, didn't it?
A lot like summer.
Yeah. Here's Chief
Nice
Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with more on our warm weather.
Yeah, warm temperatures into the mid to upper 90s, and that'll be the case again over the next couple of days. The National Weather Service putting out an advisory saying that the records are in danger, especially inland areas. Over the next 48 hours, it'll cool somewhat over the weekend, but not much. We are anticipating a weak front to chill us out mid 80s for highs instead of mid 90s. It looks like on Monday and Tuesday. 90 right now in Jacksonville. Notice Orlando 93. Near the coast, there's a little sea breeze, and with the water temperature right at 80 degrees, it keeps things much milder there. In fact, it's 80 right there at Anna Maria. But then notice away from it, it really starts to heat up. 95 in Sebring. They were just at 97 about 15 minutes ago. 93 in Mayaca City, 85 in Northport. They're starting to get some of the benefits of that sea breeze, and 84 in Sarasota. Lakewood Ranch, though, still at 88 degrees. They also put out an advisory that we are not going to see much chance for significant rainfall over the upcoming 2 weeks. It looks to be below normal average temperatures and below normal rainfall amounts, and it looks like that will be the case over the weekend. Now, we will see a little bit of rain coming to the picture on Monday and Tuesday, and a little bit on into Friday of next week as a weak frontal system moves on in. 84 degrees right now. The dew point is at 72, and the humidity at 67%. We have a south to southwest wind, and that's at 13 miles an hour. The pressure is slowly falling, but it has been rising throughout the day. Well, more in the forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now. And Richard, a quiet day on Wall Street.
A very quiet day. The NASDAQ did close in an all-time record, although it had been up by 0.01. It would have been an all-time record, but it was up by 0.4% to the day. 70-point range. The Dow was up 30 at the high, down 40 at the low. And as you'll see, very little change at the end. And the reason for it is we're waiting for lots of earnings reports, and we're going to be seeing them very soon. Let's take a look at the numbers. There you see the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up by 6 points, 0.03% at 20,981.33. That on volume of 604 million shares. The NASDAQ, as I say, a record close, up 0.4%, almost 24 points at 6,048.94. That on volume of 1,713 million shares. And the S&P, very much like the Dow, up 0.06%, not even 2 points at 2,388.77. Well, I've told you time to time that sometimes my business is a very strange one, and today with Under Armour was a perfect example. For the first time in the history of the company, they reported a loss. Yes, I said a loss. But guess what? It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you don't lose. What I mean by that is the stock was up 9% today, despite that loss, because their loss was 1 cent per share. Wall Street had been looking for a loss of 4 cents per share. So the key again is how well did they do versus the expectation. I will tell you that Under Armour has been down sharply year to date and sharply over the last 12 months. But with the crazy news today, guess what? Stock is up almost 10% just today.
And how about tomorrow, Richard? What are you going to be looking for?
Well, we got some big earnings reports, and I wrote them down so I didn't leave them out. Amazon, Microsoft, Intel, and Starbucks. Now, how's that for 4 companies to look at? All of which we're going to release their earnings after the close and or tomorrow morning. So I think you're going to see a mega reaction. I did see the figures from Amazon, and they looked very strong.
All right. They're putting a lot of businesses out of business.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
No surprise there.
Correct.
Richard, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, changes for United Airlines employees and passengers, how the major airline is dealing with oversold flights and the video backlash.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. And then in Health Smart, the best and worst states for children's health care, where Florida ranks. Straight ahead.
I entered into real estate to help people. I would like to invoke a trust in people that I will do everything in my power to help them navigate the process of either buying or selling a home. Well, I know how stressful buying a home can be. I've bought and sold properties in the past before I was an agent. I want you to be able to trust me to stay in contact with you, be available to you whenever you have questions. My name is Kimberly, and I want to be your real estate agent.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
The Wild Broadway series at the Players Center brings you the classic farce, Boeing, Boeing. It's the 1960s, and our swingin' bachelor is juggling 3 beautiful stewardesses from 3 competing airlines. But what happens when Boeing produces a faster plane? Comedy ensues. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. Opening April 26th, it's Boeing, Boeing.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Now to yet another airline incident, this time on a Delta flight. A plane forced back to the gate after one passenger got up to use the bathroom. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez shows us the passenger's pleas and the airline's explanation.
I need more information, sir. I haven't done anything. I paid for this ticket, and I actually have to get home.
Told he has to get off this Delta Airlines plane, passenger Kima Hamilton is seen on cell phone video pleading with a flight attendant.
The plane's gonna leave, and then I won't get back to my kids.
The crew ordered the 39-year-old to leave the flight heading from Atlanta to Milwaukee last week because he used the lavatory while the plane was taxiing.
I don't understand why I have to get off this plane. What did I mean, I had to use the restroom.
Hamilton initially asked a flight attendant for permission to use the restroom and was told no. But after spending 30 minutes on the tarmac, Hamilton says he couldn't wait any longer, explaining he quickly got up, used the bathroom, and was back in his seat within a minute.
Just follow me up to the front, that's all. So just come follow me and whatever we can discuss. We've already pulled out a rotation. So now we're inconveniencing more people.
When Hamilton refused to leave, the jet was pulled back to the gate and every passenger was forced to deplane. Delta Airlines said in a statement, it is imperative that passengers comply with crew instructions during all phases of flights, especially at the critical points of takeoff and landing. It is the latest in a series of recent air travel controversies, including this. A passenger forcibly removed from an overbooked United flight. More than 2 weeks later, United is now introducing 10 new policy changes, including offering passengers up to $10,000 for voluntarily giving up their seats on overbooked flights. And today, United agreed to a settlement with the man who was dragged off that flight, Dr. David Dow. They're keeping the amount confidential. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Tonight, officials at the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport are dealing with a bit of a wildfire problem. A family of foxes has apparently made their home at the airport, and they've been running around the landing strips. An employee at SRQ called Justin Matthews with Matthews Wildlife Rescue to see if he could help. They were able to round up 2 baby foxes and take them to be treated at the Wildlife Center of Venice. Now they're trying to relocate the rest of the family.
We've got 5 to 7 traps set outside every night, so hopefully we can get them all. But if you know the old saying, sly as a fox, it's going to be rough getting that adult.
Matthews wants to take all of the foxes to the Venice Wildlife Center, so hopefully they are able to catch them so that they can be put to safety, because an airport is maybe not the safest place for a family of foxes.
Probably not. Right. No. A lot of big jets landing there, and the heat is on at the airport, too.
No
The heat's all across the area. We are looking at the near record high temperatures into the mid to upper 90s. Mid to upper 90s, a little early start to summer, with the exception of the thunderstorms to cool us down. The Van Wezel webcam showing nice weather out in the water, and where water temperatures are still rather comfortable, not the typical summer-like water temperature, which is usually around at 90 degrees. It's around 80 right now, so that makes things a little bit better right near the coast. The fire danger scale index, these numbers continue to go higher, and as I mentioned earlier, it looks like they will continue to go higher too over the upcoming weeks as a result, again, of little or no rainfall in the forecast, with the highest number into DeSoto County. Those numbers go up about 5 to 10 each and every afternoon that we don't see any rainfall. And you can see there is a cold front now. It's moving through parts of Georgia all the way down into the panhandle of Florida. This front has lost a lot of its steam and energy. Yesterday it was moving through Arkansas and also Louisiana, all the way up into Indiana, where they saw some rough weather blow through and a lot of power outages there. This front now is going to pull up stationary and stay to the north of us, and where it will produce a few showers. It is now in Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. For us, the same old story. A large area of high pressure continues to bring us that east to southeasterly wind flow, and that has really warmed things up right here. Now, with the west coast sea breeze developing right along the coast, things are a little bit cooler there, and that is a result of that water temperature being at 80 degrees. Currently, at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, it's 84 degrees. The dew point, summer-like, 72. Winds out of the south-southwest at 13. The pressure, 2989, and that continues to rise ever so slowly over the last couple of days it has been. Now, the forecast tomorrow, at least at the airport, right around 89 degrees, so we'll get close to 90. As I alluded to, though, areas inland could see upper 90s in places like Wauchula, Arcadia, Sebring, and even into Mayaca City. With that steady flow of south to southeasterly wind around this large area of high pressure, keeping all these frontal systems well to the north, we'll see this pattern persist through Friday, Saturday, and even into Sunday. Now, Monday, there's a chance we'll start to see this storm system over the central United States swing a frontal boundary close to us and bring us a chance for a few showers as some moisture gets squeezed in right along the west coast of Florida. But for the time being, all the systems are riding high across the latitudes north of us, and you can see some snow falling now Earlier today in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, also into Wisconsin, Minnesota, had some mixture of rain and snow there. Over the Northeast, pretty nice day, albeit on the cool side. Some showers in western portions of Pennsylvania this afternoon. 35 though, Minneapolis, 46 in Chicago, 30 degrees warmer right now in Cleveland. So temperatures are much warmer there. The nation's capital looks nice at 79 degrees. The cold air, again, staying to our north. You can see it all in the blue here in the purples, and it shifts mainly to the west, and you start to see a warm up covering most of the southeast and throughout the Northeast, all the way up into New Jersey and Maryland, as well as the nation's capital. Temperatures will be soaring into the mid to upper 80s there. For tonight, mostly fair. It will be warm, 70 degrees. We saw some low clouds around this morning. That was the fog burning off. We'll see similar conditions again tomorrow. Southeasterly winds at 5 tomorrow. Near record highs, upper 80s near the beaches and low to mid 90s, while inland southeast to south winds at 5 to 10. The extended forecast calling for a warm weekend, and then a slight chance for showers on Monday and Tuesday at 30%. The best chance that we can muster up is Thursday at 40%, and it will turn breezy. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. In health news tonight, the best and worst states for children's health care. According to rankings by WalletHub, Florida fell in the bottom half at number 37. There are many categories taken into consideration, including infant death rate, childhood obesity, dental health, and the percentage of children who are insured. That's where we fared the worst at number 47. But we came in number 4 when considering kids' nutrition, physical activity, and obesity. The best state for children's health care is Vermont. The worst is Nevada. A new type of blood test could help track changes in a person's cancer and lead to better tailored treatment. Researchers are monitoring lung cancer by using blood tests to track genetic changes in tumors as they progress from their earliest stages. Experimental tests called liquid biopsies detect bits of DNA that tumors shed into the blood. With those, scientists in the UK were able to detect some recurrences of cancer up to a year before imaging scans were able to. That allows patients to start the right treatment sooner. The study was published in the New England Journal of Medicine and the journal Nature. The Food and Drug Administration is cracking down on bogus remedies. The FDA sent warning letters to 14 companies ordering them to stop peddling fraudulent cancer treatments or face possible criminal prosecution. It is in violation of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act to sell products that claim to prevent, diagnose, treat, or cure diseases without FDA approval. Some of these products claim that using asparagus extract, certain oils, topical creams, and even exotic teas can cure cancer or shrink tumors. Coming up, a dramatic ending to a 24-hour standoff between police and a man accused of killing an officer. And one of a kind, a rhino putting his last hope on Tinder. We'll explain when we come back.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices, 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
A deadly 24-hour-long standoff in Delaware ends with the suspect killing a state trooper before being gunned down by police.
Police have identified the suspect as 26-year-old Bergen Seeley Jr. Authorities say Seeley shot and killed 32-year-old Corporal Stephen Ballard during a convenience store shooting yesterday. Police say Seeley fled the scene, barricaded himself inside of a home, and then the tense standoff began.
At 9:17 a.m., the armed suspect exited the residence and engaged police. He was then shot by law enforcement. Life-saving efforts were then initiated by the Delaware State Police, EMS. However, Seeley succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead at 9:29 a.m.
Ballard was an 8-year veteran of the police force.
A California woman is in custody tonight after authorities arrested her in connection with her son's abduction. Nisha Burnett, who does not have custody of her son, led police on a short car chase Wednesday down Venice Boulevard in Los Angeles with the boy in her front seat. Burnett sped down the road, weaving around vehicles, as you see in this video, at one point driving into oncoming traffic. She finally stopped at a Harley-Davidson dealership, and she was arrested there. A relative of the boy says Burnett is mentally ill, takes drugs, and could be a danger to the child, but police say he did appear to be unharmed.
A New Orleans zoo is introducing visitors to its newest member. Meet Ua, named Flower in Swahili, a rare colobus monkey. Right now she's fuzzy and white, but soon she'll become black with white fur around her face like her mom, dad, and sister. Known for their lack of thumbs, according to the Audubon Zoo, the Central African colobus monkey is currently threatened by deforestation.
Oh, so cute. In search of a hookup that might save the species, the world's last male northern white rhino has joined the dating app Tinder. Sudan, who lives in Kenya, has 2 potential suitors remaining, but he needs the internet's help to make the magic happen. The conservancy in charge of Sudan's care made this profile in hopes of raising money for one final attempt to save the species through in vitro fertilization. Tinder users who swipe right on Sudan's profile will be directed to a site where they can donate. Smart marketing there.
Yeah, sure is.
Pretty
Hope
funny.
it works.
I hope it does too. Still to come on your Suncoast News, search and rescue crews get a technical boost.
What the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office is doing to help find missing loved ones faster.
Introducing the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia, a performance masterpiece. Race-inspired handling and lightning-fast response times take your drive to the next level. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone.
Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions?
Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Giulia from Alfa Romeo. Appearance. Performance. Power. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.